Hey guys, it's ETA Prime back here again. Today I wanted to take a quick look at these awesome 1/6 scale arcade cabinets from New Wave Toys. These are known as Relicades. So as making this video, you can actually buy the Tempest version and the Super Street Fighter 2 version. You might notice that I also have this Centipede cabinet here, but this was a very limited edition. This was actually their first release. But not to worry, they definitely have more coming, and right now they actually have a Kickstarter going for a Dragon's Lair 1/6 scale cabinet, which is something I'm super interested in. And as soon as it's available, I will have one for review. So first up, we have the Centipede cabinet. It does have a real trackball built in, but like I mentioned, this was super limited edition and you can probably only get it on eBay right now. All of these cabinets do feature the original art from the original cabinets, and they're in the same exact shape. They're also made of wood, and each one has a lit marquee, which is pretty awesome. Now, as you can see on the back here, we have our power button, LED indicator, and our volume control. And one of my favorite things about each of these cabinets is they're battery powered. You can charge them up from the charger port on the very back here, or you could just leave it plugged in if you wanted to. But with battery power, they are fully portable. Next up, we have the Tempest cabinet. It does feature the scroll wheel, and it also has 4 action buttons. We have first player, second player, fire, and super zapper. And down here, the coin mechanism is actually made out of metal. You can press in on the first player coin return button and that'll insert a coin. You can also do the same with the second player coin return, but that's going to bring us into the access menu. So you can change the brightness or turn the marquee off. We have the same thing around back here, our volume wheel, LED indicator, and our power button. Plus we have the charger located on the very bottom. And all of these cabinets do include a 1-inch, 1-watt speaker. But I gotta say, my favorite one so far is the Super Street Fighter 2 cabinet. This thing is absolutely amazing. As you can see, it's a full replica, except we only have a single player on the panel itself. It does have a bat top joystick, start button, and our 6 action buttons. 3 punch, 3 kick. Same thing with the coin return mechanism. You press the first one to insert a coin, second one will bring us into the menu. Now this cab actually contains 2 games, Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Around back, we have our volume wheel, LED indicator, and power button. Towards the bottom, we have our micro USB charging port and 2 USB ports. Plus, this comes with an extra, fully functional second player control panel. Now, I know a lot of people might be worried about the quality of these controls here, and I have to say, they work absolutely amazing for what this unit is. I've actually had better luck with this control setup than some of the cheaper stuff that I've bought for my full-size arcade cabinets. So now I want to get into a little bit of gameplay. We're going to start out with the Centipede cab, and then we'll work our way down to the Street Fighter 2 cab. Alright, so first up we have the Centipede cabinet, and I'm actually really impressed by how well this little trackball works, and you can change the sensitivity on this. We can enter the menu by pressing the second coin return button. We can change the brightness, turn the marquee light off, or change the sensitivity of the trackball, low, medium, and high. And I will have to apologize for the reflection on the screen here. This is not noticeable when you're sitting dead on with it, but the way I have this camera set up definitely captures that reflection of my fingers. So when these first hit the market, I was looking at them as nice little display pieces, but to my surprise, they're much more playable than I ever thought they would be. You could actually use these and enjoy playing these games. Moving over to the Tempest cab, we also have that menu located here. We can change the brightness of the screen, turn the marquee off, and change the sensitivity of the rotary dial. I left it right in the middle and it functions perfectly for this small cab. And finally, my favorite out of the bunch, the Street Fighter 2 cab. We can change the difficulty. You can turn the second player controls on, change the backlight or the brightness of the screen. And from the very first menu, we can swap over to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm going to switch back to Street Fighter 2 and use the controls that are built in, and then we'll go to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and I'll use the included controller. Now using the small joystick does take a little bit of getting used to, but as you can see, it's pretty easy to pull off these special moves. So now moving back over to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I do have this controller set up as the first player and the built-in controls set up as the second player, but it depends on what start button you press first. You can use the built-in controls as the first player or this as the second. It's really up to you. And this tiny control panel actually works great. I wish somebody would come out with some of these that were a bit bigger, either have Bluetooth built in or I could deal with USB, so we could use this with our Raspberry Pi, Android, or PC. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I just wanted to give you a quick look at these Relicades. Like I mentioned, the Centipede one isn't available anymore, but you can pick up the Tempest or the Street Fighter 2 from their website. If you're interested in learning more, I will leave links in the description. If you have any questions at all, just let me know in the comments below. But like always, thanks for watching.